Guys, welcome to my channel. Today, i-check naman natin itong Kia Seltos. Ito yung panglaban ng Kia sa subcompact crossover segment. This was actually launched in the Philippine market on November 6, 2019 with 3 variants to choose from. Meron siyang base variant na LX, meron ding mid-level na EX at yung top of the line na SX. At ito yung pricing nila. At itong nire-review natin is yung mid-variant na EX model. Yung base variant na LX is 1,198,000. Tapos yung mid-variant, which is what we are reviewing now, yung EX is 1,288,000. At yung top of the line na SX is 1,688,000. So napansin ko lang, ang laki ng jump from the base model sa top of the line. 400,000 pesos ang difference. Okay, check naman natin yung history. In July 2023, Kia updated the Seltos to match the brand's new design philosophy. Itong facelift, hindi lang siya restricted dun sa exterior. Yung interior, binago din nila, nagkaroon ng major changes, saka meron pang mga additional features na nilagay. So, dito sa Pilipinas, the updated facelifted Seltos came in on November 30, 2023. Okay, simulan natin sa front fascia. At katulad ng ibang Kia lineup, yung Seltos meron siyang huge tiger nose grille. Ngayon, meron siyang sharp-looking daytime running lights, tapos LED yung kanyang headlights. Pero itong mid-variant, wala siyang fog lights. Yung top of the line, meron siyang LED na fog lights. At dito sa baba, sa may lower bumper portion, merong silver accent. At dun sa itaas ng grille, just below the hood, meron ding parang silver na accent. Usually, yung mga crossovers, merong mga black cladding, which I don't like. Mas maganda kung body colored siya. Check naman natin yung side profile. Yung kanyang door handles ay body colored. Tapos, yung kanyang side mirror is body colored din. At ano siya, electric adjustable, saka na-fold siya. Yung sa base model, body colored din, pero electric adjustable, pero hindi siya folding. And also, wala siyang chrome lining. Sana yung BNC pillar, ginawa niyang gloss black. You can also see na wala siyang roof rail. Available lang yun dun sa top of the line variant. Okay, check natin yung likod. Sa akin, very simple siya, pero maganda yung dating kasi ang linis. LED yung taillights at gusto ko yung horizontal light na nandoon yung Kia logo. Of course, meron din siyang rear wiper, merong window defogger at saka meron din siyang rear spoiler. On top of the roof, nandun naman yung shark fin antenna. And then yung bumper niya is kulay black with that silver accent. Meron ding reflector doon sa bumper. So if you look at it, makikita mo medyo may pagka-squarish yung design. It reminds me of a Volvo. So naggandang-ganda ko dun sa likod niya. So, comparing it with the previous model na ganyan yung likod niya na ang taillight ay horizontal. So, nag-iba talaga yung itsura from the previous model. At nakatulong din sa itsura niya yung bagong Kia logo compared it dun sa previous logo na oval in shape. Okay, check naman natin yung interior. Yung design ng kanyang door panels, simple lang. It's mainly plastic. Yun lang yung armrest plastic. Sana ginawa nilang leather. Well, hindi ko lang gusto yung overall quality in terms of feel. Parang very ordinary. Yung kanyang seats ay made of cloth, hindi siya leather. Yung top of the line, leather yon. And then manual yung adjustment ng kanyang seats. Pagdating sa dashboard niya, okay naman ang design. Modern naman. Pero may mga certain pieces na hindi magandang tingnan. Yung kanyang steering wheel is polyurethane na 3-spoke, hindi siya leather. Leather wrap yung sa top of the line. Sa steering wheel, nandun yung control sa head unit tsaka dun sa instrument cluster. Dito naman sa right side, nandito yung sa standard cruise control. Sa top of the line, smart cruise control yan. Dito naman sa lower portion, nandito yung adjustment ng headlight at saka yung switch ng traction control. Meron siyang floating infotainment system na naka-integrate din dun sa instrument cluster. 8-inch touchscreen siya with Bluetooth, hands-free with voice recognition, wireless Apple CarPlay, saka Android Auto. Yung aircon control is through yung aircon dial na bilog na yan, ano? At dito sa bandang baba, meron siyang cover. Pag binuksan mo yan, nandun yung 12 volt socket saka USB port. Pero wala siyang wireless charging. Doon lang siya sa top of the line. Dito naman sa central console, nandito yung switch for electronic parking brake, auto hold, saka doon sa camera. And then nandito naman yung drive mode, saka doon sa traction control. Napansin ko lang maraming piano block dito sa center console. Yan ang magagasgas in the future. Merong center console cover. Pag inopen mo, meron dalawang cup holders dyan. At meron ding compartment dito sa ilalim ng armrest na meron ding USB charging point. So ganito yung vibe ng interior niya. Kasi simple lang yung design. So parang maaliwalas siyang i-drive. Okay, check naman natin yung upper portion. Yung kanyang ceiling is actually beige in color. Merong ditong interior cabin lights. Dito naman sa driver side, merong vanity mirror. At dito sa passenger side, meron ding vanity mirror. Okay, punta tayo dito sa likod. So, same din. Simple lang yung design ng kanyang door panels. Yung seats are fabric and it's 60-40 split. At ang maganda dito, merong aircon vent dito sa likod. So, madaling mapalamig yung cabin. And then, meron pa siyang parang compartment doon saka USB port. So, pwede kang ding maglagay doon ng mga gamit mo like cellphone. Yung center tunnel niya hindi masyadong mataas, kaya okay yan sa middle passenger. By the way, wala siyang armrest dito sa second row. Usually kasi merong armrest at saka cup holders, di ba? Yung seats can be folded para mas lumaki yung cargo space. In summary, roomy yung rear seat area niya. Now, check naman natin yung engine. Yung base variant na LX saka yung mid variant na EX, pareho lang ang makina nila. 1.5 liters, naturally aspirated, and 115 horsepower ang power output niya with a torque of 144 Newton meters. Yun namang top of the line na SX, 1.4 liter lang yon, pero naka-turbocharge siya. So, ang horsepower niya mas mataas, 140, at mas mataas din yung kanyang torque, 242 Newton meters. Ang transmission is IVT doon sa 1.5 liter at doon sa 1.4 liter is 7-speed dual clutch transmission naman. So, yan ang makina at transmission nitong Kia Seltos. Okay, let's summarize. Dito sa subcompact crossover segment, maraming kalaban sa market. At ang pinakamalapit sa pricing niya, yung Yaris Cross na hindi hybrid. Almost the same yung pricing level nila. So, mas lihado siya kung ang kalaban niya itong Toyota Yaris Cross, especially sa Pilipinas na ang Toyota is number 1. Of course, nandyan yung mga Chinese cars, yung Coolray, yung Chery, yung MG. So, talagang mahigpit yung laban. In terms of the variant, I think yung mid variant ang sweet spot nito compared dun sa top of the line na masyado ng mahal. Kasi mas mahal na yung top of the line ng almost 400,000 pesos. Ang pagkakaiba ng top of the line compared dito sa base or mid variant model, may mga certain exterior elements na tinanggal. Mainly yung roof rail, yung chrome accents, at saka yung wheels na naiba. And mainly, merong mga active safety features yung top of the line compared to this. Bukod pa dyan, yung top of the line, merong smart cruise control. Tapos, leather seat siya. At meron siyang wireless charging at saka yung aircon niya is dual zone. Yun lang ang pagkakaiba ng top of the line. And of course, syempre, yung makina is turbocharged at mas malakas. In terms of sales, medyo mahina siya kasi overpriced siya before tapos kulang pa sa features. Now, with the refresh at saka ibinaba nila ang presyo, ang price niya is between 1.2 to 1.3 million. I think it's competitive when it comes to pricing, but in terms of value for money, I think mas compelling yung mga competitors niya na mas maraming mga features. Especially comparing it with the Yaris Cross, mas well-built siya at mas advanced yung feel. But I am not saying this is a bad car. May mga ibang options lang in terms of features. But if you want to be different from the rest, okay din naman ito kasi yung pricing niya is very competitive. And if you need a car that is spacious and comfortable and less electronics to worry in the future, then this car is suitable for you. Okay naman yung design niya sa labas, especially yung rear portion. Very appealing. Okay, hanggang dito na lang. Watch out for my next review, yung Mitsubishi Triton at saka yung aking test drive ng Mitsubishi Triton. Abangan nyo. Okay, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again my next vlog. Bye!